Well, good morning. It's Wednesday, November 20th, 2024, and welcome to episode 809 of the Lots Project Morning Show, where the coffee's strong, the opinions are stronger, and everything is always filter free. I'm Brian, your host, and today I'm enjoying a medium light Guatemalan from foodforestfarms.com, where you can get 10% off with discount code LOTS10. That's LOTS10, LOTS10, and the shipping is always free. While you're there, check out C4 Club. We got a yearly sale that Black Friday-ish, holiday-ish. Get your freaking great deal on a year's worth of coffee sale that's going on over at foodforestfarms.com. You can get 12 months of coffee at a fantastic price. Click on that link. I link down in the video description, the audio description, and I will drop it into the comments here on all the feeds this morning. Today, I'm going to be just popping around talking about different stories I found on the interwebs that have interested me, that might interest you, and we'll talk about whatever comes up. It is a fun, good Wednesday, hump day. Here we are. Let's see who's over in the chat. Good morning, John Palmer. Good day and good morning and good day to you. I think I'm on my last cup of medium light Guatemalan this morning, and be moving on to something else. Got C4 package the other day in the mail, and just packed full of coffee goodness for sure. Brian takes care of his customers beyond belief. So if you're looking for a great coffee roaster, a great bean and brewed cup, definitely check out foodforestfarms.com coffee. Yesterday I mentioned the TikTok that I had go out, and that I just randomly, well, I had been thinking about it for a while, but I finally talked Corey into helping me as we were packing up the cabin. Take the minute to step back and take a minute to step back and record a video, and it's doing okay. It's doing okay. I'm not some big TikTok star like the Backwoods Butcher or some of those guys, and getting millions of views on my stuff. But I was trying to push up to 1,000 subscribers to start messing around with the live feature on TikTok. And it happened. It happened. So that was nice. I posted that video up, and currently, as I checked before the show, it's sitting at about 96,000 views. So nice. It went a little bit good there, and popped well over 1,000 subscribers. I think that video is rolled me in 65 extra subscribers or something. So that was really nice, because I had been teetering on less than 50, like over 950 followers or whatever they're called. I think they're followers over on TikTok. I've been sitting at about 950 or more for quite a while, and finally had one video pop them over. So posted in the Telegram group yesterday. If anybody has any ideas on what type of live to mess around with over there, I'm taking ideas. I'm brainstorming ideas. I'm not really sure what direction I want to go with it. If I want to pursue it that much, how much time I want to put into it, and the content I want to put over there. But it's got to be something that fits into schedule, and doesn't really disrupt anything. I had somebody, let me see. Blueberry over in the group suggested that I do live product demos after I do my Amazon videos, and I love the idea. The only problem is good morning, Mike's Homestead. Nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. Good morning, Hunter, over on Twitch. Thanks for rolling in. I love the idea of doing the live product demos over on TikTok after, but currently good morning, Gabriel Pro 96. Thanks for popping in. Good morning to you. I do my Amazon videos out at Delinquent Scully during the week. So Corey's got the internet here, John Palmer says, wow, it didn't even start playing until 5 minutes after. Oh, so YouTube didn't turn the feed on, or StreamYard didn't turn the feed on. Are you real time? I'm looking at the clock. It's 6:06 Central. Are you real time, or is everything 5 minutes behind on the comments? That could get interesting if I have to reply to comments that I about stuff I talked about 5 minutes ago. I don't remember what I talked about 30 seconds ago, let alone 5 minutes ago. So that would just be a shit show. I could probably just shit here. I could just shit here for 5 minutes and wait for everything to catch up. Gabriel asked if I stream daily. Yeah, Monday through Friday morning, 6 to 7 ish Central. I usually roll till like 7:15 ish, but always start right up 6 a.m. Central every Monday through Friday. And yeah, appreciate you being here. Where are you at? What brings you here? Since when have you been on Twitch? I don't know. I signed up for Twitch a long time ago. I use StreamYard. I use StreamYard as a streaming service, and it had a boatload. I could go to like 7 different locations. So one of my community members said you should send it to Twitch. So I click the button and it sends to Twitch. So I think it's been 2 years. I think I have like 4 followers or something over there. You're from West Africa. Well, welcome to the Lots Project morning show, streaming live from West Central Tennessee. I appreciate you stopping. Hunter says Gabriel's gonna offer to help me grow. Oh, Gabriel, how nice of you. How are you planning to help me grow? And what part of me will be growing? Because I've had solicitations from all sorts of different people online, and some help parts of me grow and others help parts of me grow. Mike's Homestead lets me know that the video is on time. It just started late. Fantastic. Because this isn't hard enough. I get to deal with fucking YouTube and StreamYard and all these things. Just being a pain in the ass. Just being a pain in the ass. Anyway, TikTok Live. I like the idea of doing the live product demonstrations, product videos. But the internet problem. I have an internet issue. And the weekends, really, this past weekend was the only weekend that I really did a lot of videos, and it was because it was the coffee stuff, and it came in on Friday, and I can't sit around. I filmed my videos at the cabin, and I can't go out there in the middle of the day during the week and drink a bunch of coffee. I get all wound up enough doing it in the morning. So I took the time in the morning while we were there to have a couple extra cups and test it out and record some videos. And I'll probably end up taking the equipment out. I've been using it this week so far. After my morning French press, I've been making an AeroPress, and yesterday I made a final press. Mike's Homestead says, not sure it was late, but I did have to seek the show this morning. I don't know what it is about social media sites and platforms that are like, oh, make sure you get your subscriber count up. Make sure you get your follower count up. Make sure you get people to follow and like your stuff. And then they don't show it to anybody that does. John Palmer said, weird. I was waiting and the notify screen was on, and all of a sudden you were there mid-sentence. Perfect. So once we're out at the property or we get dual internet, the live product stuff on TikTok is a possibility. I'm not sure what direction I want to go with that channel. I don't know if I want to. I think it might be burned as far as actually making any money with it. I'm not sure. I have to look into the settings and stuff. It might just be a fun little side project. Might be a fun little side project to see what happens. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure yet, but I did like the idea of doing the live product demos. I was thinking about possibly doing a pre-show to this where once I get up and make my cup of coffee, sit down, read Daily Stoic, I can fire that up. Somebody suggested a 2 or 3 minute post show. The problem with TikTok Live is you gotta go for a while to make it worth it. Can't just like turn it on, turn it off. It takes a while for it to set into the rotation, for people to join in. Once they join in, whether they stay or not, it is what it is. Gabriel Pro 96 says, I'm going to run a promotional campaign. Hunter asked the question, what are you promoting? That's what I was kind of wondering. And he wants to, he asked if you don't mind, we can discuss more about it on Discord. I hate Discord with a fucking passion. He says, what's my Discord username? Go fuck yourself at discord.com. I don't know. I have one. I know I have one. I've been on the site and it makes me so angry when I log into it. The user interface and whatnot. I just no. And then I got logged out. And I couldn't. It was like jumping through hoops to try to recover my shit. And I was like, yeah, I don't need this. I don't need this in my life. Gabriel's actually a channel analyst. You're an analyst? Are you a Twitch analyst? Well, I'm on YouTube too, Gabriel. I'm on YouTube. I just switched channels on YouTube, and YouTube's like sticking it in my butthole on my distribution. Hey, Hunter, you mind letting Gabriel know what I think about promoters? Get him out of here. He's just gonna clog that up, and you like the chat by yourself, so thanks for playing, Gabriel. Thanks for playing. Anyway, I was thinking about maybe popping on, reading the Daily Stoic, having a chat. I don't. Now, here's the deal. I don't purposely try to talk about bullshit. I don't purposely try to talk about different things that would get me banned or kicked off of TikTok. I don't purposely try to quote unquote curse or use profanity. That's just who I am. I decided a long time ago when I started doing this, I can't sit here and think about what I want to say and think about what I can say or cannot say in a live stream situation. If you talk to me out at Delinquent Scully, if you talk to me at the grocery store, if you talk to me wherever, this is what you get. This is what you get. Now, in situations where it is very called for and dependent that I temper discussion topics and that, I can concentrate on that, but that's not who I am, and I'm not going to sit here and do that every day. So I'm not going to try to be something that I'm not to be on TikTok. Now, my interview show is going well. That's very non-controversial. There's very little profanity, if none, in the majority of the episodes. But I'm not carrying those conversations. I'm asking questions, listening, responding, having a conversation. Um, Doing this live is a different breed, and I just don't feel the need to add in the extra stress of thinking about tempering my speech. Plus, I think it's bullshit. Pip's wondering if Gabriel was like a Saudi prince that wants to give me money. I mean, if Gabriel's shooting money out, I think Hunter needs to unban him, but I'm pretty sure he was looking for me to pay him to promote my Twitch channel or my YouTube channel. He was going to make it grow. So that being said about not just being who I am, I don't think it flies really well with TikTok's random terms of service or what's allowed and what's not, which seems to be it changes all the time. But literally, I don't know how Kyle does it. I don't know how Kyle the Backwoods Butcher does it. I talk with that gentleman. Gentleman used very, very, very lightly in the meat space, real time in meat space. He's a butcher. Jesus. I didn't even intend that one. In real life and online privately, and he definitely jumps through hoops to not be himself on there. And good for him. Good for him. He is being who he needs to be to make it work. I don't know if I want to do that. And it's not like I have to. So if I could think of something to do where I don't have to temper that, and I can be myself, because I just sitting here drinking a cup of coffee talking about the Daily Stoic, because that doesn't really fire me up. Obviously, it dials me in a little bit. So I don't know. It's a good choice. The product videos are intentional. I don't know. John Palmer says Kyle deals with meat for money. He is basically a prostitute. He is basically a prostitute. He rubs it, handles it, throws it around, smacks it, rubs it, flips it over. Yeah. That, like, I don't know if I can follow. I don't know if I can find the rules. I don't know if I can take the time to dig in to figure out what I can and I can't say. Why are we in a place that we have to do that? I don't know. But anyway, that's a possibility that's coming up. I might I don't know. There's several different options. Now, that being said, if I get a tutorial for somebody on the Hunter says his grinder vids. Yeah. He's got some stuff going on with some vegan right now that is kind of funny. It's kind of funny. I don't know. I don't understand. It's not that I don't understand. I don't understand what he's doing there. The draw of the videos, a lot of the videos to that crowd, it's just not my type of content. I'm just like, meh. Pip saying I'm still waiting for Kyle to start a meat cooking channel. Kyle and a meat cooking channel, huh? Is he a good cook? He's never cooked for me, so I don't know. I don't know if he's a good cook or not. So anyway, so that's good. 96,000 views on that little video, and I'm hoping it goes over 100,000. That was my goal. Actually, I sent it to Kyle the other night. So it's been 2 nights ago, and I was 13 subscribers shy of followers shy of 1,000. I was like, dude, I'm up to 11,000 views on this, and I've gotten 4 extra subscribers, and He's like, oh man, nice. It might do a little better. It might keep going. You might get some more. And I woke up the next day and I was like, holy crap. And it was up. And I told you guys yesterday, I don't remember where it was at yesterday morning, but yeah, I ended up with like 60 plus followers. I was like, I could see how this could be both addicting, for sure. Like I when I would refresh the views, I was like, oh, let's see what it's at now. And it was kind of a little endorphin punch. But the spiraling followers, the comments and things like that definitely lights up the synapses. And I mean, it is what it is. We'll see. I got a bunch of follow-up videos to make from it because supposedly you're supposed to just you make video replies to the comments that come in. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, a lot on the plate. Wasn't really expecting that one to pop up. Wasn't expecting that to pop up anytime soon because I've been wavering there between 950 and 1,000 for so long that I was like, oh, I'm just stuck in a rut here and it's never going to happen. And lo and behold, there you go. So got a bunch of stories on the web, but I just want to mention right quick the Director Detour released this morning. Ray Martin, Life Without a Tie. Life Without a Tie is Ray Martin's book and company, basically his brand. Fantastic interview released this morning. The audio is up on all the podcast players. Take the ride. Good morning. Audio is up on all the podcast players. It's also up on the Patreon feed along with the video for members, and that includes free members. Basically, all you do is hit join. There's no money involved. There is a paid tier if you're enjoying the show or you want to get some exclusive content that's coming up or early release episodes. They come out about a week early onto the Patreon page. It's $5 a month, and there's going to be a ton more premium content coming out as the show progresses. But Ray was kind enough to submit a guest post for me. So as I interview all these guests and their episodes coming out, I provide them an opportunity to do a guest post on the Patreon page. And currently it's marked for free members and paid members and not to the public. So you need to actually join for free other than signing up for an account. It doesn't cost you anything, but Ray wrote a fantastic article today to add with his episode going live. It should have gone live at 6. I want to make sure it did because it's the first time I've done this type of post. But the title of the article is Embrace Freedom, the Power of Living with Autonomy and Purpose. Guest post by Ray Martin. It's a fantastic article. You should definitely check it out. You just go to patreon.com/Director Detour, hit the member or the join or whatever. I can't tell because I'm logged in as me. I can never really tell what it says. I guess I can view it as something different. I think Patreon's all new to me, but anyway, great article. I was very excited that he wrote it, and I got some other guest posts coming up, and I have some from some of the later guests that are going to be airing in December and into January are really excited to provide some great value to the Patreon community. So check it out. Pop on over and subscribe. Big things coming as everything that starts new. It's taking some time to build. It's taking some time to gain some momentum. I'm happy with the growth of the downloads. I think the show is going to do well. Obviously could always do better. So if you enjoy the show, definitely subscribe on Podcast Player, download the episodes as they come out. Share it with somebody that you think would like it. And if you don't like it, hey, I it is what it is. It's not for everybody for sure. But if you could share it out on your socials and let or not even not even just socials. Anybody you talk to, if you could put a bug in their ear and let them know about it. Basically looking target audience would be people looking for inspiration, maybe struggling career choices, not really happy with the direction they're going. Picking up tidbits here and there, just enjoy good conversation. It's really a general open genre. We talk about all sorts of different people, but the main theme is, it your life can go in a different direction. You can still be very successful. So check it out. Director Detour every Monday, Wednesday, Friday on all major podcast players. They're over on the Patreon feed, patreon.com, Director Detour. Read Ray Martin's article. If nothing else, especially if you have a Patreon login already, hit the become a member, a free member, and read Ray's article. It's worth it. It's worth signing up for Patreon and becoming a member to read Ray's article, I would say. And then you'll see what comes out. But yeah, the audio episode with Ray was fantastic too. I really enjoyed my conversation with him. Really, really enjoyed my conversation with Ray. So I suggest you test it out or check it out. So let's move on to some of these stories and topics I have pulled up in my browser here. The first one was so I got in this feed of weird John Palmer says, I'm looking to change mine to retire. I just can't afford to yet. That's the golden ticket, isn't it? Is figuring out how to be able to do that. I'm signed up for this feed called Weird Facts. Comes from weirdfacts.org. And I get all these little pictures, and they have it's a picture and then a little blurb of text, and it has a weird fact. Some of them I'll dive deeper and pull them up and fact check them basically. Others I know are true, and some are just little blurbs and interesting tidbits. But this one was kind of on point for an experience we had this weekend. It's got a picture of a lit cigarette, and it says dropping a lit cigarette. Actually, it says lighted, a lighted cigarette in a pool of gasoline does not unleash fire as shown in the movies. Researchers tried over 2,000 times to ignite gasoline with cigarette and failed 100% of the time. Now, I didn't fact check this. I know this has been many, 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 many times. I saw an old crusty gas tech do it just for a shock factor. It's well known that the gasoline liquid isn't going to burn. It's the fumes of the gasoline. Being in that industry, you become very aware of that very quickly. But the interesting part is this past weekend, so Friday night, last week we got a ton of rain here, 3 inches in a day. Not as much as coming to the West Coast. That's on my list too. But got a bunch of rain. We don't have a whole ton of dry firewood out at Tim's by the cabin. There's a bunch of deadfall out in the woods. We just haven't harvested any and brought it to the site for having a campfire. It was kind of chilly, and Corey wanted to fire up the fire because it gets so dark early. And so we're out there and it's dark, and we're trying to get a fire started. We got a bunch of brush and shit, whatever, and it would start a little bit. We didn't have any dry kindling. We didn't have any like paper or anything to get it going. We didn't have any fire starters, and so we're lighting it. It would start. It would kind of fizzle out. We couldn't get any of the bigger stuff to light. And so we're trying and battling, and there's like smoke everywhere. It's billowing steam and smoke out of the shit anytime it was on fire. And basically, I actually went down to the truck and I came back up, and there was like, it was humid, and there was a whole like line of smoke throughout the whole woods and covering the whole area. And I was like, holy shit. Anyway, we were like, well, if we could just get it to light for a while and dry some of this smaller stuff up, because like we would get it to light, and you could see the shit was so wet that you could see it bubbling, the foam and the steam out of the end of the logs, that wet. And I was like, if we could get this to go, it could probably end up catching. And then once it's hot, you just manage it enough to throw the wet stuff on early enough to have it dry up. And so we're going, and Corey's like, well, could you add a little gas or something flammable to help, maybe? I was like, yeah, whatever. So I cut a can, like a beer can, in half, put a little gasoline in it, and the fire was just smoldering. And I tossed it in there, and bloop, 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 a couple of seconds later, whoosh, big old flame, big old fireball. Caught some more stuff on fire. It burned decent for a little while, and then eventually died out. And she's like, well, could you try it again? I'm like, yeah, sure. Do it again. Same thing. It worked for 10 minutes till the gas burned off. And I was like, I'm ready to go in. I'm just like, nah, it is what it is. We need to, it literally stopped raining the day before, so everything was just soaking wet. I'm like, well, we can just try again tomorrow. And she's like, well, I don't know. And I was like, do you want me to try one more time? Yeah, yep. Try one more time. So I was like, well, I'm really going to give it to her this time. So I went over and I filled the can a little bit further than I had before. And I come over and I toss it on there, and it completely put the fire out. Like literally threw gasoline on the fire, and it put everything out. And I was like, holy shit, what happened? So everything soaked in gasoline. And I don't know, we went to do something. And we went inside. We just left it alone for a little while. We come back out, and it was just like a normal campfire that you had built and you'd be super proud of. It's just like rolling along there. Just took a little while for it to steam off all the water and finally ignite. But I basically put the fire out with a half a can of gasoline. And so that cigarette post coming up, and I was like, yeah, that's true for sure. A cigarette is not going to ignite a puddle of gas like they make it look like in the movies. So unless it's been sitting there and it's fuming off, and you really, I don't even know. You would really have to get the cherry of the cigarette really flaming to even ignite the fumes, I think it should probably have to be open flame. So anyway, there's that. Where is my list here? All right. Weather. Where is it? Where'd it go? I swear. I don't know what's going on. I had a whole article about the super cyclone. Oh, here it is. Map shows once in a decade bomb cyclone to set to strike like a hurricane. Looks like the West Coast going to get bombed, guys. A rare bomb cyclone. We talked about this on the show before. Where are these terms coming from? Where are these? Did we get to a point where like snowstorm was not good enough and we just needed to be outrageous and we started calling things bomb cyclones and shit like that? I don't remember these terms from when I was younger. Regardless, a rare bomb cyclone has formed in the Pacific Ocean and threatens to hit the U.S. West Coast with the strength of a hurricane. The strong storm system, packed with powerful winds and heavy rain, will combine with an atmospheric river as it heads towards the Bay Area of Northern California on Tuesday night. An atmospheric river, which is a band of moisture from the Pacific, is expected to dump a month's worth of precipitation in just 3 to 4 days. The hardest hit areas are expected to be north of San Francisco. The phenomenon, also known as bombogenesis, what a scientific term. Some asshole is sitting around in the weather department and he's like, guys, we need to really get people to pay attention to this one. Let's call it a bombogenesis. Could intensify so rapidly in the Pacific Northwest that it has potential to become a triple bomb. Oh my God, a triple bomb. That is 3 times the strength of the regular bomb cyclone, according to the National Weather Service in San Francisco. So we logically said that a bomb is strength A and 3A is a triple bomb. Hunter says it's from the 1940s. Really? Did it just not become mainstream? He says weather nerds joking around, and it took place. John Palmer says, why not San Francisco proper? Well, we wouldn't want to. That would legitimately be a turd floater if it happened in San Francisco. Get it? Because they're shitting in the streets. John says it might clean it up a little bit. The bomb cyclone is forecast to be among the biggest to ever hit the region and happens about once every 10 years. So everything is the biggest. This is the biggest ever. This is the biggest in 10 years. Said the National Weather Service in Medford, Oregon. Why are they the biggest? Is it climate change? Is it weather manipulation? Is it a little both? What do we got going on here? It can unleash very dangerous mountainous seas of 30 to 35 feet and the strongest winds in year. So now we're talking about the ocean, I guess. 30 to 35 foot waves in the ocean. This article is all over the place. This article is more all over the place than my brain. Excessive rainfall risk warnings have been issued for the area from Tuesday to Friday. Bomb cyclones are identified by an atmospheric pressure drop of 24 millibars or more in 24 hours or less. 24 and 24, just like a case of beer. 24 beers in the case, 24 hours in a day. We're going to drop 24 millibars in under 24 hours. I would say rapid intensification of hurricanes is one of the more common times we see it. Bomb cyclones have previously formed in the West Coast and North Atlantic, with nor'easters occasionally slamming the U.S. Northeast. So we call them bomb cyclones on the West Coast. We call them nor'easters on the East Coast. That's probably why I never heard of them before, because I've heard of nor'easters my whole life. They can also occur in other oceans around the world. Well, I would think so. I don't know why we think we're so special here in the United States that only things like this can only happen to us. Hurricane Milton, which made landfall as a Category 3 storm in Florida in October, was a bomb cyclone, Barron said. While the West Coast braces itself, man, the typos in this shit is unbelievable. While the West Coast races, it's hard enough for me to fucking read this, let alone with all their typos. While the West Coast braces itself for an unusual weather event, the East Coast and Gulf Coast have recently seen some storm systems form and dissipate at the tail end of a particularly active and destructive Atlantic hurricane season. Whew. Reading's hard. Corey, have you ever heard of a bomb cyclone? Corey says no. It's not real. John Bummer says bomb cyclone sounds like bull crab. I'm pretty sure he meant bull crap. What the hell is with the typos? Anyway, northwest is going to get pounded with the rain. Sounds like the Midwest is going to be in tornadoes in northern Texas and southern Oklahoma. Up in Michigan, I see Rachel from Blue Wildlife posting that they're going to get shit on with a bunch of snow, and it's just going to be a shit-tastic week of weather, guys. Weird. I don't know what's going on here next week. Next week, I know Corey peeked ahead for Thanksgiving, and it looks like it's going to rain a ton here. Possibly, maybe. We got a bunch of rain that wasn't even expected, and it was raining, and it wasn't even on the radar. Like, you pull up the radar, and you can see where it's raining. It's pouring rain outside, and the radar over top of us was clear. So I don't know what's going on. You guys want to talk about going to capture an asteroid? NASA sending a mission to capture asteroid worth 10 plus 19 zeros. No, 10 plus 18 zeros. 19 zeros all together. A 1, a dollar sign, a 1, and 19 zeros. You guys know how much money that is? That's a lot of money. I like money. That's a lot of minuses. $10 quadrillion is what that is. A 10 plus 18 zeros. $10 quadrillion. NASA sent a rocket to probe, and I'm guessing it's just a ball of lead, but they're figuring by the time they get it back to the U.S., inflation will make it worth 10 quadrillion U.S. dollars. Wait, no. NASA sent a rocket to probe an asteroid worth $10 quadrillion that could hypothetically turn every single person on planet Earth into a billionaire. We just need to print enough money to give it to them all. Into billionaires just over a year ago, and its employees have said so far everything is going as planned. The asteroid is called Psyche, and it's found in Psyche, and it's found in the main asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. It has so many rare elements and minerals that if it were harvested and valued on Earth at the current rate they are, it would be worth $10 quadrillion. Quintillion. Excuse me. 10 quintillion. Quintillion. I don't know. Once I get over the billions and the trillions, I'm lost. Which is many, many multiples of what the world's economy is worth. So here's my the first thing I think about. This shit makes my brain hurt because they're talking about bringing elements back to the U.S. or back to the Earth, and their value in dollars. So they obviously haven't thought through who's buying it, why they're buying it now that we have stockpiles of all of this, what we're going to do with it, and who gives a shit. If we're all billionaires, everything just goes up in price. It's asinine to put dollar amounts on it. It was discovered by Italian astronomer on March 17th, 1852, and we've been trying to get to it ever since. Who named it after the Greek goddess of soul, who was born mortal and married Eros, better known by his Roman name Cupid, the god of love. There you go. You got a mythology lesson this morning too. It is sometimes referred to as 16 Psyche because it was the 16th asteroid to be discovered. Yippee. I want to know about the money. The reason for its genuinely unfathomable worth is that it is believed to be made up of elements including platinum and palladium, which are essential to cars and electronics here on Earth. The composition of the irregular potato-shaped asteroid, which has a surface area of 64,000 square miles, is likely between 30 and 60% metal. Like, what the hell is their plan? Do they really think they're gonna fly a rocket out and harvest a fucking asteroid? Um, NASA successfully launched a rocket to travel to it on the 13th of October, 2023. And just over a year in, a number of NASA employees working on the project said everything is currently going as expected. Is it just still flying there? A quote, in my heart, what I would really love for it to be is that ours was a mission that ignited in so many people the thrill of wanting to see the unknown. My gosh, wait until we get there. The rocket's scheduled to fly by Mars in May 2026 and reach the asteroid by 2029. Guys, hold your breath. Hold your breath. 4 more years. Just okay. Here's this. Trump's going to take office. Trump's going to take office. He's going to be president from 2025 to 2029, and we're going to reach Psyche asteroid, and Trump's going to declare himself he's going to be king, and he owns all the 10 quintillion dollars from the asteroid. That's how this is going to play out. What a waste of fucking article. Oh, man. What else we got here? Bomb cyclone gone. You guys ever hear about the guy, the Korean guy that put up the tent all by himself? It sounds like the start to a joke. Did you ever hear about the Korean guy that put up the 24-man army tent by himself? Do you know how big a 24-man army tent is? Back in 2012, Korean guy on a photography forum of all places, there was a question posed or a challenge posed about putting up a 24-man army tent, green canvas army tent by himself. He said he could do it, and no one believed him. And he said, "No, I can do it." And so somebody called him out. Pip says, "Who's pitching a tent?" Right? The headline actually said, "Korean dared to pitch 24-man tent alone." That's probably why I clicked on the article. I was like, "Huh, weird Korean porn." I guess it didn't say Korean man in the headline. What? Oh, I can't even go. I can't even go down the line of. I'm not even going to attempt that. Anyway, they called him out. He said he could do it in under 2 hours. Under 2 hours. It ended up becoming pretty popular, and they formed a festival around it. One of these Korean K-pop stars actually scheduled the release of her new album with the event. 2,000 people showed up to watch this dude attempt to put up a 24-man army tent by himself in under 2 hours. And the dude pulled it off. And not just barely. It wasn't like an hour and 54 minutes and he had it up. 90 minutes. This dude by himself erected a 24 man. He erected 24 men in 90 minutes. Erected a 24 man tent all by himself in 90 minutes. I was wait, why? So this article that I pulled up about this, when I hover over the text, it turns it into Korean, and I can't read it because it covers the English. Shit. Why? Oh fuck. This guy looks kind of tiny for putting that up by himself. Mike Soapstead says he wrecked. It's like children. Oh my god. My where did it go? Oh, there it is. Guys, shit is going sideways on my computer. I'm not really sure what's going on. Here. Erecting Korean tents. You guys, I can't read any of the article. It's just turning it into Korean. You guys know what the kettle war is? I gotta move on to the next topic. You ever heard of the kettle war? This popped up in my weird facts. The Kettle War, October 8th, 1784. John Palmer says you didn't think actual adults were watching, did you? In age only. You're all mental midgets, including myself. The Kettle War, October 8th, 1784, is it was a one-shot war. And you would think it was like a little skirmish between a couple of small armies or something like that. On October 8th, 1784, a peculiar historic event occurred. This day marked the Battle of the Soup Kettle, also known as the Maramite War. Maramite is being a kettle, not a yeast product. The Kettle War and the Boiler War. The Dutch refer to it as, oh my god, I can't read Dutch. Basically, the Roman Empire was coming up to invade northern Netherlands, I believe is what they called it at that point. Things had been kind of broken up. Holy Roman Emperor and Spain. Okay. This is the whole backstory. This article kind of went sideways when I opened it in the browser as opposed to my phone. Basically, they went back to claim the northern part of the Netherlands. And in one shot, the Holy Roman Empire, the Romans were out on a ship. The Dutch... John Palmer says, I hear you, fellow Mongoloid. I'm down with it. The Dutch fired a cannonball at the Roman ship, and it hit their soup kettle. And I don't know what the significance of that was. I haven't been able to find it in either article that I read through all the other stuff. But basically, they hit the soup kettle, and they called it off. They just hit the kettle, and the Romans turned around and left. I don't understand. That was the reason I started digging into it. Was I wanted to know what the significance was, because if I was on the Roman ship and the Dutch shot a fucking cannonball at us and it ruined dinner, it ruined our soup kettle, It ruined breakfast. It ruined our meal making ability. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe since they took out the way they were going to make their nourishment, they knew it was a lost cause at this point. And so they turned around and hightailed it. But I would think that you fuck up my soup kettle and I'm coming at you. I'm coming at you. But I mean, lucky shot wins again. They hit the soup kettle on the ship. Here's a commercial in the middle of this article as I'm rolling down. It says puff puff pass on driving high. Do they figure that anybody reading this and then the next I don't know, Owlcation? Have you guys ever heard of owlcation.com? It must be visited by a lot of stoners, because as I'm rolling down through this article, here's a hey Jim, thanks for the zap over on Noster. Appreciate that. I'm rolling down and the first little ad says puff puff pass on driving high with a pot leaf. And then I scroll down a little bit at one paragraph and there's another little ad that says, to put it bluntly, don't drive high. And then the next one's Comcast Business. John Palmer says an army marches on its stomach, but it was a navy. The ship was full of seamen. There's plenty of protein. Anyway, I intended to find out what the significance of the kettle being hit. Maybe they just figured it was a lucky shot and divine intervention or something. But I've read 2 articles now that they all say, yeah, they hit the kettle with one shot and it ended the war, or it ended the battle. And I don't know why. Let's hit one more before we get out of here, and then I got a ton to do today. I got training. I got a training call for Podcast Network. I got to go out and record a bunch of product videos. It's going to be a busy day, guys. It's definitely a busy day today. FBI. Lots of China stuff in my news feed recent. It seems as since the election, it's really ramped up with the China stories and the China fear mongering. Everything in my feed seems to be China's got a new fighter jet. China's doing this. China's doing that. I don't know. Anybody else seeing lots of China stuff? Anyway, this article says FBI issues urgent warning after Chinese spy house located in Houston. I'm thinking as soon as I read this, the FBI is warning that we got a Chinese spy house in Houston. They're spying on industrial secrets. They're spying on a military base. All of these things pop into my head. But here we go. In a coordinated move, Texas Governor Greg Abbott and the FBI issued urgent warnings about alleged Chinese government operations in the state. Reports claim these activities target Chinese dissidents, intimidating them through threats, harassment, and even potential kidnappings. This issue has become a pressing concern as Houston was identified as a key location in this efforts. So unless you're a Chinese dissident, guys, you're good. We're gonna throw up a news article, and so the passerbys reading the headlines, the passersby reading the headlines can just go, "Oh my God, the Chinese are spying on us." But literally, a Chinese dissident, would that be someone that escaped China without permission? John Palmer says just about Ukraine launching missiles into Russia. Same old over there. They've been lobbing shit at each other for a while now. I don't think it really matters. But no, Nothing to be worried about unless you're a Chinese dissident. I'm looking at the folks in the chat, and I don't think any of them have anything to worry about either. What is wrong with the news these days? I don't get it. Well, Canada finds remains of UFO shot down by U.S. fighter jet. That turned out to be a nothing burger, too. On February 12th, 2023, a U.S. fighter jet, F-16, shot down a UFO. Did you guys hear about that? No, you didn't, because it was kept secret. The unidentified flying object fell into the waters of Lake Huron, which is located in the border area between the United States and Canada. According to the Canadian police documents, the wreckage has been found, recovered, and analyzed. They analyzed it with nothing dangerous detected. Debris is a quote from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. Debris has been recovered from the shores of Lake Huron, but after careful analysis, it was determined not to be of any national security concerns. In the document obtained by CTV News, a Royal Canadian Mounted police officer said that the module is from a company who sells weather monitoring equipment. Okay, how much does it take to roll an F-16 or fly? How much does it cost for an F-16 to launch a missile at something? We're shooting down fucking weather equipment. He also explained that it would be analyzed to determine if there was anything unusual about it, although he said he did not believe there was anything that this was the case given the size of the object. Why are... John Palmer says it's good practice. For what? Shooting down more fucking weather balloons? Oh, God. It's just... I don't know. I can't even do this shit anymore. Oh, the world's gone crazy. Anyway, guys, I got to wrap it up. I'm going to get out of here. I got a bunch of shit to do. It's hump day. Pip says he's having Chinese for lunch. Sounds like a good idea. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you get everything done that you hope to. You make a little list and you knock everything off of it. You get it all done. You have a fantastic hump day. Throw some humping on there if you have the equipment and the resources to do so. Have a great day, guys, and we will catch up with you tomorrow.